What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Now, amazingly, a week after Ireland get test match status, they have found themselves in the final of this 5-5 World Cup. What a week it has been for the Irish cricket team. And I hate how it doesn't just skip back to the bowler after that. There's no way they're taking a run, and we're just waiting for the fielder to throw the ball. But amazingly enough, we are taking on Ireland in the final. They beat England in the semis, which in itself is absolutely crazy. I think it did happen at the 2007 World Cup? Or 2011, I think, no, the 2011 World Cup, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure that's the game that Kevin O'Brien blasted the fastest fastest World Cup 100. And I'm pretty sure Ireland beat England in that game. I think it was a huge upset. But Ireland, you know, for many years have been punching above their weight. Obviously, I think they just missed out, actually, on the 2015 World Cup here in New Zealand. I think they were just pipped at the post by the West Indies, I believe, for that fourth spot in one of the groups. And I mean, test match status, obviously, that is what Ireland have been looking for a long time. I think there was a bit of talk a while ago about a few of the Irish players retiring, or basically not even playing international cricket, because they're like, I think this is when the World Cup, now that I think about it, Jesus, how is that missed? That's an absolute cracker from Tim Southey. How that has missed the off-peg, I don't know. But yeah, when the World Cup, I believe, was... oh no, we do have the right field, okay. When the World Cup was, I guess, condensed, shall we say, to the format that I believe it is in now, I think William Porterfield, the Irish captain, said, well, what's the point in us playing... you know, if we're not going to make it to the World Cup, we may as well just go and play domestic cricket. So that has obviously turned around quite a bit now. They are now playing, well, they do have test match status, I should say. A lot of people saying that it will be a while before themselves and Afghanistan do get a test series against one of those full-membered nations. I would quite like to see them actually play against each other in a test match, you know, series first, just so they can... I don't want to say get the hang of it, but obviously just to build a bit of hype. There's a lot of people saying that Ireland will probably get a one-off test against England, probably, maybe not this summer, because the English summer actually is on now, so what am I saying? But they may potentially get a game against England, just a one-off test at some stage, which I think will be good. And, you know, there is a lot of talk, obviously, about this and how good it is for the game, obviously, to have another two full-membered sides, I guess. And it kind of breaches that gap between the associates and the full-membered nations. I mean, the Netherlands are another team who, not so much in one-day World Cups, but in 2020 World Cups have been fairly decent, you know, over the past 4 to 8 years. So, you know, potentially they're a team as well that we could see, I don't want to say playing test matches in the very near future, but a team that, you know, you may get a few more one-day internationals against. And I think that's what the game needs. Obviously, you look at other sports, and I think of football as a prime example. You know, you look at the Football World Cup, obviously a lot more, well, there is a lot of countries that play cricket, but it's basically just like the top 16 that are really recognised, I guess you would say. The rest, very much just part-timers, obviously playing the World Cricket League Div, I think, Div 2 to 6. I'm pretty sure Div 1 is the first-class league for the associates, so the likes of the Netherlands, but Ireland and Afghanistan, obviously, before they were granted their full member status. But there are a lot of teams, but you look at the Football World Cup, obviously, 32 nations that play in that. I think there's close to 200 nations that attempt to qualify for the FIFA World Cup every time it comes around in a World Cup cycle, which is, you know, like, that is absolutely crazy to have that amount there. And the amount of winners is really spread out as well. And I think that's because of obviously the diversity of the comp and the amount of teams that go and get in there. Obviously, Brazil the most successful. You'd kind of compare them, I guess, to the Australians of the Cricket World Cup. I think, Brazil 5 World Cups. I think Australia 3 or 4. They won 3 on the trot. I'm pretty sure they won 99, 03, 07. But yeah, that's a team that you would probably link it closer, well, close-ish to, I guess you would say. So I think it is really good for the game, obviously, to have these two new test playing nations that are coming in. Obviously, both have been punching well above their belt in recent times. I think Afghanistan had a recent series against the West Indies, and I can't remember if they... They had a T20 series and a one-day series, because obviously they weren't a test match playing nation at that stage. And I'm pretty sure they won one of the two series. I think they won... Oh, I can't remember. I think they won. I'm sure they won one series. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they did win a series. And it just shows, you know, that they can go and compete. They've had Afghanistan, not so much Ireland, but Afghanistan had two players in the IPL this year. Obviously, Rashid Khan and Mohammad Nabi, the former captain of the national team. And it's done it again. Just throw the bloody ball. You don't need to hang around and just be there for the sake of being there. But yeah, things are really looking up, you would have to say. And I know a lot of Irish fans, a lot of Afghan fans are going to be absolutely pumped about this news. So shout out to you guys. Congratulations, obviously, for getting that test status. It is much deserved. You guys have been such an influence, I guess, you know, not just on your own countrymen, but on a lot of other teams as well. A lot of other countries, you know, just aspiring, I guess, to where you can go and get. I mean, you look back 6 to 8 years, and Afghanistan is a cricketing nation. Like, you'd never heard of them. You wouldn't even know that they played cricket. And now here they are, like 6 to 8 years later, and they've got test match status. So, you know, Ireland's been around for a wee bit longer. And have been, I guess, dabbling around there. They were one of the teams, before Afghanistan even came on the scene, that a lot of people were like, well, hey, look, Ireland are doing pretty well in one days, doing pretty good in 2020s. Why don't we go and give them full member status? And that never, unfortunately, happened until now. And that is I'm going to appeal for that, because that is a clanger of a catch from BJ Watling. Wagner going away from his normal short pitch stuff. And that is a good innings from Ewan Morgan. Still playing. Funny enough, the England captain now, I don't think he is the Irish captain in this game. I think that is possibly Ed Joyce, who's coming into bat now. But it is very strange. And I think there's someone possibly in the England setup in this game that now plays for the Irish team. But I guess that's just what happens. And I guess that leads me into another point, actually, now that I can go and discuss that there are a lot of players over time, you know, Ewan Morgan obviously being the main one. I think Ed Joyce, who is batting now, I think he's played a couple of, I think he's played a few internationals for the England national side before switching back to Ireland. And Boyd Rankin probably is the latest one that comes to mind. These are all guys who played for Ireland. Obviously, I think majority of the Irish players play in the county domestic scene for the English county league. Just because I think they count as local players, obviously because they're European players. And because of that, I think if they don't play, like Boyd Rankin didn't play for the Irish national team for so many years, he was eligible for the England team. And he went and played for the England team. And I think both himself and Ewan Morgan, now don't get me wrong, I'm not quoting this word for word, but I think this was basically how it went around, is that essentially they decided to play for the England national team because they wanted to play Test cricket. Now there's this whole new young generation of Irish players. What a shot that is from Tommy Latham. Surely that's got to be close to a no ball for height. But there's this whole new generation of of Irish players who now can live that dream playing for their country of birth. You know, they don't have to go jump the channel, don't have to go and jump over to England, ply their trade, I guess, in county cricket. I think it's for 4 years. I think it's a 4 or 5 year stand-down period before they can go and be a part of the England national team. They don't have to do that now. And I think that's good. I think that's going to stop players, obviously, shooting away. It's going to stop them relocating. And it's just going to help the game grow even more. I think, you know, the more homegrown players that you get and the more that they can keep them, I guess, as homegrown players and stop them shooting away. Like South Africa is a prime example. There's a lot of South African players that are playing around the world. Obviously, they've done their time, they've done their bit playing in the domestic league that they are playing in now. I mean, Kevin Peterson comes to mind. Andrew Strauss is another one. But, you know, they did their time, obviously, but it would be nice if you could just get these players and they could just stick around, just play for their country of birth, and I think that is what is really going to help Ireland, you know. I think it's going to stop those waves of players heading over to, well, jumping across the channel, as I said, jumping over to England just so they can play Test cricket. They can now do that for the country of birth, which is really, really cool. And again, Irish and Afghan fans, if I've got any, let me know down below in the comments. You guys must be absolutely over the moon at the moment. I know I would be, if, you know, I got this news. It would be the same thing as New Zealand, you know. New Zealand, obviously not the biggest of cricketing nations. And, you know, for the amount of, I guess for the amount of people we have, and this is what I say about all our sports, you know, for the amount of people that we have here in New Zealand, for how well we do in our sports, we can be proud, you know, of our little country, I guess. I mean, bloody Tuesday morning we won the America's Cup of Team USA. So, you know, that's something you got to be proud of. Oh my God, Guptill, what is that? George Dockrell, he's another one. I think, had Ireland not got Test status, England would have tried to poach this kid, because he's good. He's been playing for a while now, 4 or 5 years or so. So he does definitely know his way around international cricket. Consistent performer on the county scene as well. And as I said, very good spinner. I think he's fairly decent with the bat as well. He'll make a good all-rounder one day. So if Ireland can manage to hold on to him, that'll be a huge win for them. And I'm just trying to think. I'm not sure if there's really any other real youngsters coming through for the Irish national team that would really go and stand up and be able to, you know, secure them, I guess, that Test cricket status. I do feel a bit sorry for the likes of Sterling and, you know, William Porterfield, for example. Like, Porterfield has rallied for this Irish national team for years about getting them, obviously, Test status, about getting them more one-day internationals, and they finally get it as his career is winding down. You know, he's still got 2, 3, maybe 4 years. He may hang around until, I was going to say, Jesus, the next World Cup's only 2 years away when you look at it. He may hang around for that next World Cup and then look at retiring. But, you know, you do got to feel a bit sorry for him. But obviously he has done it for his fellow countrymen, and they will appreciate that for a long time to come, it must be said. So, man, I must say, we've gone really deep into this conversation, and it's something that I like. It's something that I haven't done. Oh, get back there, Tommy Latham. It's something that we haven't done in a long time. We haven't really sunk our teeth into a topic as such, like we have gone and done here today. So I'm really happy with that. And again, Irish and Afghan fans, let me know in the comments, you know, how you're feeling, obviously, about this news. It is massive news, and a lot of other countries, a lot of other full-membered sides are really happy for this development. You know, they think, wow, this is, like, they think this is really good, that they're going to go and have, obviously, a bit more variety and opposition that they can play. So it is good. Oh, what a shot that is from Guppy. A shot he probably doesn't play a hell of a lot of. He's a guy down the ground who is absolutely beautiful to watch. Like, I can't think of anyone who hits a nicer straighter drive at the moment in the international scene than Martin Guptill. But he's just gone here and played 2 absolutely beautiful cut shots, which, as I said, we probably don't see enough of. And all of a sudden, we are down to just 3 needed off the last 2.1 overs. And that there is going to make it 2, because that should be wide. No, it's a good ball. Good call, umpire. That's brave. You know, a lot of umpires would give that wide. It's a one-day international. It's down the leg side. But this umpire said, you know what? You've stepped across that, Guptill. Had you stood your ground like that, Jesus Christ. And that's a wide. See, now I feel hard done by for the bowler there, because that is exactly the same. That there is probably better than the last ball. The last ball I thought was definitely wide. That one there has honestly just missed. It has only just missed the leg stump, and it's been given a wide. Like, that is harsh. I feel as though, you know, had Tom Latham stayed in his original stance, has he not moved across, that he would have been able to go and play that straight away. That one there is probably a little bit more down the leg side. And to be fair, a pretty anticlimactic finish, it must be said. But New Zealand go through this 5-5 World Cup. They are unbeaten, and they are lifting the trophy above their heads. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in and hanging around in this series. Sorry it has taken a little bit longer than we would have thought. Obviously, with the release of Don Bradman 17, it did complicate things a little bit. But we've come back, we've finished it off, and what a way to finish. Martin Guptill, man of the match for his 20 not out off just 11 deliveries. New Zealand win the final by 10 wickets. Hard luck to Ireland. You will have test match status though, boys. You've got it now, and you will be playing test matches in the very near future. I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. If you have enjoyed this video and enjoyed the series, make sure you drop a like on this video and on the playlist. If you are new, please do hit that subscribe button. Also, returning subscribers, make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every time I go live. And apart from that, going to wrap things up here. Until next time, ka kite anoa. See you soon.